I saw today, actually, it was a vinyl record of Art Garfunkel's Breakaway. And I'm like, you called it Breakaway. You were making a statement with that vinyl. That record was an absolute statement against Paul Simon. And I love him for it. You suck, Paul Simon. Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
I'm Watson.
Oh, I almost said Watson. My name is Watson.
It's one of those things.
Your
If you
name's
think about
James.
it before you say it wrong.
My name is Bill Dotrieve, and he's Hank Hill.
The bulldozer.
I'm Hank Hill. Come on.
Come on now.
If there's anyone that's Hank Hill in this situation, it's me.
Not 5 minutes ago, you regaled me with a lawn cutting story.
My lawn looks incredible. Okay?
And you should be proud of that.
I'm extremely proud of it.
Followed it up with envying your neighbor's barn. So yeah, Hank,
Who
you're
am
doing
I?
pretty good.
It's weird. Somebody posted the clip where, why would anyone do drugs when you could just mow the lawn? And I get it, man. I'm right there with you.
I get it.
We're playing. We're not playing. We are playing.
We don't play.
We don't play. It's Kirby's Dreamland 3 on Super Nintendo, which came out a year after the Nintendo 64 came out.
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious to me.
It's amazing.
Because Nintendo's like, no, we made the game.
And you're going to play it.
We're gonna
All right? We didn't waste all this time making a game nobody's going to play. We're going to make one of the best and, quite frankly, cutest Kirby games.
It's absolutely adorable. Have you played the new Kirby game on Switch?
Hell yeah.
You own it, don't you?
I do.
Is it?
I pre-ordered it. I'm going to say it
seen-
right now. I've never pre-ordered a game on Switch before. That was the first one.
So that was the one, huh?
That was the one. I was like, new Kirby. I'm down.
You're like, yeah, I'll get. This is. Oh, you're precious. Everything about this is adorable. But of course it is.
You know what I loved on Game Boy? Regular Game Boy? Kirby Pinball.
Okay.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
It's just a Kirby skinned pinball game. But you get extra
Which is exactly what it was supposed to be.
But you get little mini games and there's cute little Kirbys all over it. There's a claw machine aspect to it that's pretty great.
Okay.
Because
that's awesome.
Anyway, that is one worth seeking out that I never see get talked about. It's so good.
Sonic Spinball was the same way. It was just made for, like, Sonic was made for a pinball game. Mm-hmm. He curls up in a ball and he spins.
Yeah, that's his whole deal.
And they just call it Spinball. It was designed. It was bound to happen, and it's pretty good. It's hard, but it's pretty good. You get past the first level, you feel pretty good about yourself. I feel that way about any retro game these days. I get past the first level and I'm like, all right, we're doing okay. Because I sucked at games when I was a kid, and I still kind of suck at games.
I feel like you're that dad in the neighborhood that, like, when your kids come in, you take the basketball and, like, try to shoot one basket to see if you can still do a free throw.
And I cannot.
And you cannot. And you go, well all right,
kids, I'm gonna go wait for you to start watching the movie so I can interrupt you wearing a wife beater and tidy whities.
I don't think we call them that anymore.
A little too on the nose. What do we call them? Tank tops?
A shirts is how they're sold.
Whose idea was it to call them wife beaters? That's horrible. So
It's horrible to everyone involved.
When I was a kid, one of the neighborhood kids was super into wife beaters.
You gotta stop saying it, man. Like, you can't just keep...
That's what they're called.
You don't get a pass because that's what we're talking about. You can say other things.
I don't know what else. It's what I've always called it. And I'm
say
sorry.
Tank top.
Tank top.
Say white
he
tank
was
top.
Super into white tank tops.
Thank you.
And he was, because of course he was.
Because look, if you're into tank tops, awesome. If you're into exclusively white tank tops that you wear under regular shirts, you're a piece of shit.
He was a piece of shit.
This ain't the 50s. This ain't Korea. You're not in the war. There's no reason for that.
He was our upstairs neighbor, and he sucked.
I bet he did.
He just sucked. I was like, and he was outside, and we had to share a yard, so he was there, you know, and we had to cooperate with one another. We had to live next to each other, next to each other.
Ain't it a bitch?
And it was awful. And he wore white tank tops every single day. And in the summertime, he just didn't wear a shirt, and he just sucked. And he still sucks. I see him. I hear about him sometimes now. I'm not going to say his name because it's a chance that he might find this on whatever.
I'll put him on blast. I don't care.
I'm not going to. I don't want to do that.
I know. You're a good person.
He might be dangerous now. I think he's a felon. I know. Okay, I know he's a convicted felon, but of course he is.
But that's part of the whole shtick.
And you just suck.
You think you can buy white tank tops in the jail commissary?
I'm sure you can. I'm sure they're just have them laying around. Can you run faster in Kirby? I don't know.
I tended to just float above most of this bullshit.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
Yeah. Everybody always does. Like, you gotta fight none of this stuff.
None of this. That guy.
Oh, I like the spark guy. Get him.
He means business.
Make that your power.
Okay. How do I
Suck him
poop
up.
out the old one?
It's usually some combination
good
of
God.
down and whatever. Why does he look like that?
That just shot out of my butt.
I know, why?
I think he's on my side.
I think he's like a buddy for you.
I think so too.
This is your Tails.
Oh, he's awful.
Oh, I don't like him.
Oh, hey, Brian.
That's exactly what I thought. I can't suck stuff up so very good, but I can do other stuff good. Oh, you can't.
Look at his stupid.
He can't even stand still.
Oh no.
He looks like he's having a seizure.
Come on, buddy. We gotta go. I'm coming. Okay.
I'm helping too, right, Kirby?
I watched you rock. I watched you call it rocks.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Watch out for those flowers.
He floats too. Look at him float. Look, come on, buddy. I'm coming.
You can do, I can do worse than slower. I can do anything slower than you.
I'm reminded of the nature comedy movie. I don't know what it's called, but it's go. Look at his face. Go.
I hate that he can't focus on anything, and he's constantly cross-eyed. It's just mean.
You're right. I can just float over all this crap.
Yeah.
You know who's not a piece of shit? Kirby, you're not a piece of shit. You're a good guy. There was used to be a Kirby cartoon. It was great.
I never saw it.
He never said much. He just kind of
He
hung
doesn't
out.
need to. His actions speak loud.
Like other people in the show said stuff, and he was like, "Look, man, I'm just trying to like find some food, get something to eat."
Do you remember the
just take it easy."
microphone power that he would get?
Kind of.
Where he'd
yeah.
get like a little megaphone.
He'd like scream into it
And
or
he
whatever.
would, make like just a like high-pitched sonic noise that would make everybody around him die. Look,
Yeah.
Kirby's brutal, man. If you talk about what he's actually doing to people, like incinerating them with his fire breath,
Oh,
or
it's
becoming an atomic bomb and clearing the whole screen.
It's
Like,
brutal.
Kirby's metal as fuck. I love it.
You know who else is metal? Is Mastodon, the social media app.
Hell yeah.
Look at you. Are you a little? Oh, you're an enemy. Okay.
That's 1,000%.
He ran
enemy.
into-
He
Oh,
hurt
God.
your friend.
Come on, buddy. We gotta go.
Look, he didn't get enough oxygen at birth. This is sort of my
How do I
way of
spit out my
taking care of
powers?
him.
I don't want it
It's
anymore.
usually a down and
yeah, I'm trying
I don't
everything.
know. I don't know, man. Suck up another thing.
Look at my. I can't
No, you
suck up
just-
anything.
no, you
I'm
just
I'm
throw
trying to get
stuff,
rid of
yeah.
my power. That's all I. Maybe I have to get hit by an enemy to get rid of it.
No,
No, that's not it.
no.
Come on. Look at him. Ah!
It's usually
He's pushing.
It's usually the inverse of whatever you did to get it.
So suck it up is this button. So suck it out is.
Wait, your buddy sucked something up.
He's busy.
He
He's like,
fucking
oh,
Killed
okay.
that guy.
He's like, Kirby, you're stupid. I'll take care of things. Don't worry.
He's your big dumb muscle.
All right, I see what
All
this
right,
is.
boss, we're gonna do this. See?
So this isn't the most well-loved Kirby game. It is adorable, but I can kind of
I get it.
Playing it, I'm like, all right,
I
I get it, yeah, and I kind of get why it flopped because it came out a year after Super Mario 64 came out.
That's not even a lateral move. That's a step backwards
That's
at that point.
Absolutely. So it's probably not a great idea, but Nintendo's like, I don't care. I'm gonna do me. Are we friends? We're friends. All right. This is my birthday. They're like, hey, you made it to halfway point in the level. Good job.
Good gracious, how could you even do that?
Oh, all right.
Look at that prototypical Angry Bird there in the middle. That was fun.
Oh, there we go. You double tap it and you can run that.
Did you
Come
ever
on.
figure out how to spit out your power?
No, I still don't know. No one knows.
I don't know.
I'm sure someone's going to be in the comments going, you push this stupid.
Hey, idiots, there's only 4 buttons. Figure it out.
Basically. There's shoulder buttons. Come on.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Come on. Every year.
Oh, what?
Sorry,
This was a great time.
I made a Barry reference. I'm sorry.
1997. Think about 1997.
I was 10 years old.
It's such a perfect time.
Yeah, I was 10 years old, 97.
Men in Black.
You and I collectively have a coworker that was a year old in 97.
Okay, let's not talk about
and
that.
that's weird
It
to
just
me.
makes me sad because
I kind of like the older I
Great
get,
97.
the more I understand why my parents were the way they were, because I'm kind of becoming that, you know?
Oh no.
And it's not in a bad way though, not in a like
No, not in a negative. Oh,
Not in a
no,
negative
my
way whatsoever.
parents- No, it's more of a, I get their motivations and reasoning behind things.
like I understand why my mom listened to 50s and 60s music all the time. Because that's kind of what she grew up with.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that common thing where people say, oh, whatever music you liked basically around high school, college, that's what you're going to get kind of locked into.
Yeah, and it has, because I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to Hawthorne Heights.
No, I've
Again?
expanded a little bit.
Never even been to Ohio.
But it's for lovers. I don't know. I've expanded. There's some of that.
Tonight. Sorry.
I can't revisit that. See, a lot of people are on TikTok with nostalgia and kind of.
I'm not nostalgic
for that kind of thing, but there's very little of that kind of stuff that I can really go back to. There's other stuff from that time period that I go back to, but some of it doesn't age well. You know?
Yeah, some of it's rough. Simple Plan has not aged well.
They weren't good to begin with.
By the way, they came out
it.
with a new album the other day.
No, I'm not giving them any airtime.
I'm going to.
We're not talking Simple Plan.
All right, well, they came out.
I don't care what they did.
This
Did
new
they
stuff.
die in a house fire? That's great. Awesome. Moving on.
Aw, poor Simple Plan.
But you remember 97.
Can we talk about Good Charlotte?
But you remember watching stuff in 1997. You remember watching terrible animated movies and just discovering a bunch of stuff on VHS.
I didn't know they were terrible at the time.
No, I
They
say
were-
terrible in the most loving sense.
So when I go to the video store, I would just flock to whatever. Look at you. You gonna hurt
Spring,
me?
I think. Coiled up Spring.
No, he's just.
But he's in the background.
He's just a
so you can't
sad-
interact with him.
He's just a sad, funny little guy, and my friend's like, "It'll be okay."
I guess you can't move around so good, huh, buddy?
Oh, that's all right. We'll see ya. See you later.
Oh, we're going in the door. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, we missed
He
the
got
one
the
up.
star, though.
That's something.
Our star's good, Kirby. I'm trying.
I would go to the movie store and I would just pick out whatever looked kind of cool.
Yeah, it's all box art at that point.
And I didn't really think much of it. There was a particular movie company that I watched a lot of when I was a kid. And the name escapes me, but they were kind of a straight-to-DVD movie company.
Is that kind of how you found yourself going? You would get kind of in a rabbit hole of that
Yes.
that
and
company?
I would kind of go for that company's movies, and they were always kind of stupid.
They're on the same level.
One of them I remember was, it starts out with a little kid,
Okay.
and he goes to Scotland to live with his grandfather,
Okay.
and he finds a dragon.
Dragonheart?
No. Right. So I sought it out because...
This is what led you to Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I sought this other movie out. Anything with dragons in it, I was like, hell yeah. I'm
Actually,
down.
they're worms.
They're wyverns. And anything with a dragon in it, I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, dragons are awesome. And they are, by the way. Dragons are super cool. And this one was a Scottish kid or a little kid goes to live with his grandpa in Scotland. His grandpa dies, but leaves him a dragon, or he finds a baby dragon. I don't remember the details. Anyway, cut to kids grown up. Suddenly has a Scottish accent for some reason. Kid version of him had just normal, stupid American kid accent. But grown-up version, I think that might be it.
It might be Dragon World: The Legend Continues from 1999.
No, so that's the second one.
So
I
yeah,
think.
the first
Ow, don't
one-
scratch me.
Oh, I remember this box art. Because it's a dragon flying right at you, but it's a kid on it.
Yeah, that's the one.
I also remember Quest for Camelot.
But look at that box. We're gonna put this on Twitter.
Hell yeah, we are.
Look at that box art. That looks awesome. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. It's stupid, but it's fine. I don't know.
I'm sure it's fun enough.
It was fun for me. It was fun for like 9 or 10-year-old me. You know.
Look, it did what it was supposed to do. It made the kid who was interested in dragons pick it up.
Oh, I died.
That's
oh,
all it was supposed to do.
Kirby suddenly got difficult.
Kirby's brutal.
I've heard that there are some bosses in the new Kirby game that are reminiscent of like Dark Souls bosses, and the way they're stylized and the way they're designed feels like a Dark Souls boss. It's their way to kind of like got them all right.
I don't know enough
that-
about Dark Souls bosses to confirm or deny that, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay.
I only know so much about that. I haven't played a lot of Dark Souls.
The only thing I have to go on is clips that I see online,
That's
and I'm
what
like,
you watch. We're going to make you start watching some stuff from beginning to end.
I don't have time.
I know you don't think you do, but hey, look. Look what we're doing right now.
That's true. I don't have time as I do a podcast after I worked all day.
As you specifically play Kirby on Super Nintendo. No, you don't have time for
No,
stuff.
I don't have time for
You got a lot
anything.
of big stuff going on, don't you, buddy?
Watch out, Black. Oh, God.
Watch out, world. James is coming.
He's got big things
A
going.
lot of big stuff going
Where's
on.
my little friend? There you are.
Oh, see, you can poop somebody into him, it looks like.
Don't ever say that again.
I don't like that either. But you know what I mean? You suck him in and then they poop out as him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of upsetting. Like, are you trapping their soul into
Boss fight?
into a slave for yourself? Is that what's happening?
Don't shake your head at me, Mr. Weird Ballman.
Can you suck him back up?
I feel like we're supposed to
And keep
be
him?
like, this is story, okay?
This is absolutely story.
This is content of we're still in the prologue of the game, I think. Or maybe chapter 1, I don't know. I'm just playing, man. You want to play?
Go for it.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, play this weird Kirby game.
Now talk to me more about dragons and animated movies.
So I would go to the video store and I would just get whatever looked cool. And an example of that is Dragon World. Mm-hmm. And I got it because it had dragon in the title. There was a dragon on the cover of it.
And there was a kid protagonist.
And to be perfectly honest, the dragon design from the movie looked pretty cool. By today's standards, I'm sure it's super cheesy. But it was a cool design, and you can tell that a lot of work went into the practical effects behind the movie. Mm-hmm. Someone put a lot of love into that silly-looking dragon.
Just letting him do all my work for me.
And I love that the kid starts out this dorky little bowl-cut weirdo to wears a kilt, has a Scottish accent, is cut with, like, long flowing hair. Total Braveheart lookalike, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a glow-up right there. That was a glow-up before there were glow-ups. Another movie that I remember renting when I was a kid, later in life I would learn that it's not called what I thought it was called. Mm. And it's I don't know, I remember Dad recommending it. My dad recommended it because he recognized it. And I said, okay. I didn't know that it was like just animated nudity the entire time.
Hell yeah.
And that's what it is. The movie the way I know it is Light Years. The way that the rest of the internet and the collective film world knows it is Gandahar. Gandahar! Which is a French animated film.
Hell yeah, it is.
Done by René Laloux. And it's kind of a trilogy of sorts.
Sort of. Thematically, at least.
He did 3 movies that kind of take place in the same world. Or same universe, anyway. And they're all very similar art styles. I've seen 2 of them. I have not seen the middle one. The 2 that I've seen is Fantastic Planet and Light Years / Gandahar. But I've never seen the one in the middle.
That I'm missing.
It was Time Masters, maybe that's what it was?
Masters. Time Masters.
So there I am. There I am. Maybe 9 or 10 years old, watching Light Years / Gandahar, and I saw Glenn Close is on it, and I'm like, hey, she's Corella or whatever. You know, that's the way I recognized her.
Oh, cute.
And I said, okay, cool. And you get on there, and it's just like, these are naked blue aliens the entire time. They do not wear tops because it's a French
specifically
film.
wear clothing that is like cut around their breasts.
They're like this is where the boob begins.
I believe it's a bustier style top.
Yeah, and there's just
great.
There's just blue space.
We're just saying it. They're just blue ladies doing their thing.
Bald blue space titties the whole time. And you're like, huh? All right. Oh, boss fight. Look out. Flame Boy, you gotta suck up his juice. Oh, I see what you gotta do. Suck that up and blow it back at him. You're a brick? How'd you turn into a brick? Is that your power now?
I'm a rock.
Oh, I'm a rock.
That's a rock fact.
I'm an island.
See, I can just fall on him. I don't have to suck his shit up.
Did you like that super cool Art Garfunkel reference there? Or was it Paul Simon? I don't know who sang that song.
I think they harmonized on that particular part.
Did they? Okay. Art Garfunkel was the leader, right?
No, Paul was the leader. In his mind.
So Art Garfunkel was the leader of Simon and Garfunkel.
Look, I'm firmly on Garfunkel's side, if that's what you're getting at.
I saw today, actually, it was a vinyl record of Art Garfunkel's Breakaway. And I'm like, you called it Breakaway. You were making a statement with that vinyl. That record was an absolute statement against Paul Simon. And I love him for it. You suck, Paul Simon.
Yeah, he does. He had Chevy Chase in a fucking music video. He has bad judgment.
Right. Apparently, my dad had bad judgment for recommending me to watch Light Years when I was like 9 years old. Because I was like, oh, this isn't a kid's movie. It just happened to be an animated movie. And after that, I started kind of seeking out more adult-themed animated movies.
Yeah, I tried to find as many as I could as a child. I remember, kind of being introduced to the idea even that
you could do that.
Oh, there's stuff animated for adults. Like everybody else, you assume if it's animated, it's probably aimed at children.
And it's not all smut either. I'm talking about
there's quality films as well.
Like movies with adult themes and maybe some maybe violence that you wouldn't see in a normal kids show. Now, another one that pops up for me is Wrath of the Ninja, and that was probably the first.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It was, I think it's related to the Ninja Scroll movie. It's an anime, and Sci-Fi Channel used to air. It was either Mystery Science Theater and then an anime on Saturday or Sunday mornings, or it was the anime and then Mystery Science Theater. Mm-hmm. Either way, we never missed Mystery Science Theater, and I think either after or before that, they would play some kind of anime, and that's where I got introduced to anime, and learned that could be a thing that I could enjoy. And it was weird because I was like, okay, cool, so I don't have to, when I grow up, I don't have to watch...
It's not all Disney movies and Cartoon Network.
Well, what I was kind of worried about as a kid was that when I grew up, I was going to have to watch
adult movies.
Adult movies,
not porn, but
not that, but no cartoons.
You were going to have to watch the Maltese Falcon.
I was going to have to watch The Postal Worker with Kevin Costner or whatever the hell that's called.
Which is terrible because you could just as easily watch Waterworld.
And it's fine. You don't have to watch those movies. You can do whatever you want. I'm a grown-up. I can do whatever I want.
And there's stuff that will interest you and will be aimed at you even at that age.
If I want to watch cartoons, I'm going to watch cartoons. And sometimes they can be bald blue alien naked ladies. And you're like, that's cool. That's all right.
I think I tweeted out the other day, there was some Saturday morning that was my last Saturday morning watching cartoons.
Oh, you suck. Shut up.
And if I could go back, I would tell them to never stop.
Don't stop this.
Don't stop this, man. This is as good as it's going to get in a lot of ways.
To a certain degree, you didn't have a choice, though, because they just stopped playing Saturday morning cartoons.
Only a couple of years ago, though.
They went away.
And if I wanted to make it a ritual, I could just pull up Looney Tunes on HBO Max or whatever and play it every Saturday morning, except I have a real job.
You can do that if you want to, you know? I'm trying to think of other stuff that I watched when I was a kid that I wasn't...
You don't get the toy bumpers, though, as commercials and stuff like that.
I'm trying to think of other stuff I watched when I was a kid that kind of broadened my mind as far as media goes. Another one that pops up in my head is probably Tales from the Crypt.
I love Tales from the Crypt.
And I only watched it. I didn't have much interest in the stories.
It's so graphic.
I just liked I liked the skeleton boy in the beginning of it. And
the Crypt Keeper himself.
The Crypt Keeper, yeah. I liked that part. And then whatever they played after that, I didn't care.
Did they always include a broom in a Kirby game?
Oh, yeah. They got to have a broom in a Kirby game.
I just never really got why that was in his arsenal. There's like flamethrower, yes. Blades, yes. Broom? Yeah. Absolutely broom.
I will sweep the shit out of you. You're not even know.
Anyway, go on. Tales from the Crypt?
Where's King DDD? Is he in this game?
We're not going to see him for a hot minute, I bet.
Okay, he's the big bad, right? So far, we haven't seen anyone talk about him, though. He's always the big bad, isn't he? Is he the big bad in the new game? King DDD?
He's got to be, right?
I don't know.
I haven't finished it.
You own it.
I haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. Because who has the time, right?
Putting me on blast.
Who has the time to finish a Kirby game?
Why am I playing the wrong Kirby game right now?
I'm sorry. It's just the first one that
popped
up.
I don't even have a save file for.
Dude, my collection is vast and unending. I have access to 3,900 Super Nintendo cartridges. Oh, pardon me. 3,899 Super Nintendo cartridges.
Boy, I sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Way to screw everything up. What are we talking about?
We were talking about Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, yeah. The Crypt Keeper. I liked his little laugh.
Everybody likes the Crypt Keeper. He's hilarious.
I was at the Wall Fart recently, and they had the whole series available for purchase. It was like $70.
I know. It never really goes down in price.
And I'm like, maybe a little 50. Do 50, and I'll buy it.
I bet you could Amazon it.
You got to get on one of those. You got to ride that.
I'm gonna
ride the cat.
I'm gonna do it. It's clearly a hamster.
Ride the. That's a cat.
Did they do a crossover? This one, the one I'm by, is a
These
hamster.
are just here. I think they're just here to keep you company.
Yeah, that's more story that we're missing.
Oh, you're stuck. You don't know what to do. Suck one of them up.
Hey, how about you keep telling me about Tales from the Crypt?
That's all I got. I liked him. It's neat.
No, yeah, it is neat.
The only episode that really stuck with me was the vampire that worked at a blood bank.
Hilarious.
That was the one that my mom approved of.
I like a lot of them that they're just joke premises.
For whatever reason,
with nudity and gore.
My mother was interesting because she was okay with certain stuff. Most of the stuff on TV she didn't care for. She thought it was violent or too sexual or something.
I couldn't
like
even
that.
watch The Simpsons, technically.
But every now and then something would come along and she would be like, I'm okay with this. And I'm like, really? What's that about?
And it'd be a surprising thing that made the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the vampire that works at a blood bank on Tales from the Crypt was the thing that my mom was cool with.
She's like, well, nobody believes that's real.
Well, she thought it was nice. She thought he was nice.
She thought he was nice is much funnier.
Yeah, she thought he was nice, that he didn't want to be a vampire. He just was a vampire.
I'm like,
this was the card these were the cards that he was dealt. And he said, this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to kill people. I'm going to work at a blood bank and, after hours, whenever I'm security guard overnight, I'm going to drink some of the blood. It's fine. They're not going to miss one bag, okay? It's not that big a deal.
Right.
And Mom thought he was nice.
Is there a blood auditor?
And he finds a lady that he likes. They start getting along really well. He's uncomfortable though because he's a vampire and she's not, and
That's always how that goes.
he wants to feed upon her flesh.
Who doesn't?
Right. He wants to get some of that. And she's like, "No, it's cool. I want to be a vampire too." And he's like, "Ah, no, you don't. Come on, you shouldn't be a vampire."
Oh, there's always that argument of like, well, just make me one then, and I'll be immortal too. And it's
So
like, now we're in Twilight territory.
Well, anyway, then he goes to bite her, right? That's how the episode ends, is that he's like, "Yeah, you're going to be well done. One up. Got it.
That one up.
Freaking score." He makes her a vampire, and then he's like, "Oh, you got a lot of makeup on." And that's kind of how it ends, is that she had too much makeup on. So I don't really know what happens after that. Did they get together? Did he decide that, you know what, he's just going to be a lone vampire? You're left to think about it. And then the Crypt Keeper says some sassy shit, and you're like, hell yeah.
Looks like she wasn't his type. Yeah, the laugh
and all that.
Everything.
Yeah, that's the one that
How
clearly...
did that story bite you?
Wee!
Yeah, you got to do the laugh.
You got to do
time.
that every single time. Oh, coolest intro for a show ever.
Oh, great music.
You're getting
great.
led through the house and everything.
Who's that? Sam Raimi doing the camera?
I have goosebumps thinking about it right now.
No, we're talking about Tales from the Crypt, not Goosebumps.
Oh, we can talk about that too.
It also has an awesome intro.
Shows used to have intros.
Shows used to have intros that were longer than the Barry intro.
Yeah, the Barry intro is just like, bam, it's Barry. Show starts.
It's Barry, bitch.
You know, we talk a lot about like, things were different when we were kids.
Did you see that become a spider real quick? I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're like, I need to talk about this real quick.
That one up there in the top.
He's gonna spider out, buddy. We talk about how things like back in my day, things were different. Of course they were, but things are good now. You know,
Things are all right.
things are all right.
Objectively, they're pretty terrible, but yeah, things are all
I'm
right.
talking about like shows. Like there's still good There's still good new content that comes out.
Creators in every field will always find a way.
But there's so much of it, man. You know, there's just so much to choose from.
I'm sorry, is there too much content for you?
Yes, there's too much
Wouldn't you rather
content.
go back to 3 channels and fuck you if the president's on, nothing's getting on? Yeah.
All right, you make a good. That's
I
a
like
valid,
this system better.
A valid point.
Yeah.
You like having 5 million things to choose from.
But look, here's the drawback. How many millions of people watch the end of MASH? You know, that's not going to happen again.
No.
There'll never be that show that gets everybody.
Nope.
It just won't happen. There's too much for me to be like, nah, I don't have to settle for that.
Barry-
I'll go find a thing that's more my taste or whatever.
Barry gets me, and I'm concerned about that. I missed out on when the show came out back in 2018. I knew that it came out. I knew Bill Hader was in it. I knew that he was.
You had
a
no
hitman.
reason to not watch it. You were not trying to make any kind of statement by not watching it.
I just didn't have easy access to HBO at the time.
Too busy playing Kirby.
Yeah. Now HBO Max is out. I was like, all right, cool. So I watched the first 2 seasons. Season 3, episode 1 came out the other day. It was incredible. I highly recommend the show. Even if like you're not a Bill Hader fan or a dark comedy fan, if you like a good show that will keep you enthralled and keep your attention, that's the way to go.
Just a tightly constructed show. Just
well
good.
done.
Just
And
so good. He's coming for that Emmy this season too.
Each episode's about a half hour long. It's not a big deal. It's not a huge time suck like a lot of shows are these days.
In 8 hours, you can finish the first 2 seasons.
Easy. Easily done. So that's our recommendation, is that, you know, if you want to have Saturday morning cartoons, there's no reason you can't.
And if you want to have Sunday Night Barry, do that too. It's great. It's great. And we're probably just going to start spoiling Barry from here on out. So you might as well watch it.
Better get used to that.
Better get used to that, baby.
I'm coming, Brian. Don't worry. Kirby.
I can do all the spider stuff good. All right, I'm gotta get to this thing right here. There it is. All right, yeah, we're through the door.
All right. We'll see you, buddy.
We're good.